crossroad. I'm in Nyanga, so...
Tell us about Nyanga.
So,
Because everyone sees, that Nyanga, they hear the headline, back. Maybe it's gotten a little bit better now.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So, I can't say it. Look, if I say it's gone a little bit better now, obviously from people who stay in Nyanga will have a backlash because to them it's the same, So, ever since growing up in Nyanga, I've seen Nyanga as a community, a community of friends, a community of neighbors, peers, classmates, and so on and so forth. So, yes, of course, because Nyanga has a stigma of being the murder capital, of South Africa and so on. And obviously, the first time I saw a dead body was when I was going to school. I think I was around 13 years old, I was walking to school. And there was this older boys behind me who were walking, they were speaking, walking, interacting, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And I saw one guy coming, and this guy is like walking near the bushes, and I could see like he's carrying something and he's walking slowly, As he approached, he started firing shots. And people were running away. It was early in the morning. I think it was around 6:30 to 7, I was going to catch a bus to school, to Athlone. And after those gunshots, I started looking back, and all those boys who were walking behind me have scattered around. But one of them was like dead down on the floor, was you can see blood, you can see. And the sad thing about that, I had to go to school, with that trauma,
Like it's a normal day.
Yeah, like it's my normal day, And if I'm not functioning well at school, my teachers won't understand, that I'm not functioning well because of something that has happened and is affecting me mentally. So this is the things that many young people face in the township, seeing dead bodies, and it's becoming a norm, and those things unfortunately affects us in different ways. You wonder why some folks are on drugs, smoking drugs, they're drug addicts and so on and so forth. We can blame them sometimes, but at some point we need to look at society, and look at and one of the things that I've learned at UCT, Michael, as a social scientist now, I've started to learn that communities operate as a system. There's this thing we call the ecological system, whereby different combinations of things that are happening within the community influence how a person thinks, how they behave, and how they do things. And now I started to realize and understand and comprehend why some of the things that are happening in society are happening. So yeah, in short, I would say that my upbringing in Nyanga, of course, it was traumatic, but at the same time, it was beautiful because I've learned how to adapt, how to survive, how to maneuver the world, how to, even at a psychological perspective, how to understand people's behavior, how they think and how they do things, and most importantly, I think I was blessed to grow up in a township like that, because the world is pretty messed up, Now I'm at UCT, and the programs that I go to with confidence. I'm scared of nothing, nothing can deter me. So it has given me a lot of confidence and a thick skin, I would say.
Yeah. So just explain to me kind of like in the township that you've grown up in, is there like, so when you go to the teachers, the parents in your life when you were growing up, did they have empathy for the
situation, the concern?
Yes, yeah. Because we have a lot of kids that I feel that need to actually be heard, and that's why they don't. That's why they turn to kind of negative things in society because of that. That they're just, as you said, these traumatic things happening around you. Yeah. But nobody gives you counsel. Nobody gives you
counseling,
therapy.
Social work, and so on. Yeah. So, look, obviously, in my story, there was never some sort of intervention that came from school. And one of the things I think, if you look at our school system right now, is that there's a lot of overwork, a lot of workload, and sometimes teachers are not keen to focus on your social issues and so on and so forth. They're just there to teach, and obviously they are facing their own issues. So that's why I think it is absolutely fundamental for our government to consider ensuring that there are some more social workers, more social workers, psychologists in these local schools, so that they can able to help these young students be able, because part of the problem in terms of our students ensuring that they pass their grades includes how they are functioning, how they are mentally. If they are not functioning well mentally, obviously they won't perform well in their academics. So it's an issue that is absolutely important for the education department as well, because they want their students to pass. And you won't have students who are passing their grades if they are not mentally stable.
Yes.
So I think one of the things that needs to be considered is the exploration of equipping some teachers within the school to have certain techniques or skills that can be able to be utilized by the teachers as well. And because if a teacher identifies someone in the class, they can be able to refer them or assist them. Yeah. So I don't have any story of some sort of intervention. I will be lying to you where there was intervention. And one of the things, Mike, is that sometimes young kids don't even report these things.
Yeah.
And it's not that they don't report it because they lack communication, because sometimes they know that maybe they've reported it in the past and they've never been solved, and it's the acceptance of the challenges that young folks are facing, and it's complex, man. It's hard to articulate it.